guys, today I'm going to show you my ESO build for my Nightblade. It's a simple build. It's stamina, and I've talked to some people about what they run as far as 1vx or 1v up to 1v3, and two-handed sword. Stamina Nightblade is usually legit. I'm not saying it's not. It's good. There's a lot of good builds that come from it. It's got a huge damage curve on the reverse slash and uppercut, especially with the animation cancel. But it's good. Anybody that says it's not, then they don't know what they're talking about. But it's good. But this particular build, I'm going to go with the dual wield, and I'm going to show you why. It has to do with the passives, also with the set bonuses. Of course, that's what makes a build. But I'm going to get in detail of not just this build, but builds in general, what to look for and how to make your own, and come up with something besides the meta, what everybody's using. We're going to go first, and I'm going to show you what I'm using. Night Silence, I swear by it on stamina, Night Blades, or anything in PvP, because you can't beat the movement speed penalties of Sneak to ignore it. The fifth item, and how you put it on and what pieces you make is up to you, but I suggest Night Silence for sure if you're running any stamina build whatsoever of any class. You just can't beat it. It's got stamina recovery, maximum stamina, and it gives you the weapon critical. You can't beat it. And, I'm also running Marksman. Marksman gives you a good stamina recovery. It's a little lower than what I was using. I was using Fjord's set and Cyrodiil's Ward on the jewelry, but the Marksman's Jack, this is kind of a hard piece to come by. You get pieces, but to find a piece to give you the right, like this one has infusion and gives me the armor. I'm kind of trying to stack armor, and I'm also reducing the block cost. This one's sturdy, infused, sturdy, reinforced. See that there, really don't need that. What you need to do whenever you're looking at the traits, you're really wanting to stack them. You don't want to have them all over the board with reinforced and various ones. You want to try to stay to a core, and that's what makes you even stronger whenever you're facing opponents. And depending on on your playstyle, whether you like to block or you like to roll dodge or whatever, or build up ultimate. I believe now the citrine gains you ultimate, and where it used to be speed, I think weapon speed, which was broken for the first quarter of the game, but that's another story. But anyways, going on to the marksman's bow, I like using marksman's bow because of the passives, the set passives that it gives you. It's got the stamina recovery for 2 items, stamina recovery for 3, a little extra weapon damage because you're going to need this for your charge shot. I don't do a lot of charged hits with dual wield, but with my marksman's bow I really use it a lot in an opener. So weapon damage is a plus when it comes to your charge shot, heavy attack is what I mean. And the number 5, of course, reduces the cost of all your stamina abilities by 5% and increases the damage of your bow abilities against players by 8%. What this is going to do, and don't get it confused, at first I was all like, woohoo, I get 8% damage against players. No, it only works with bow abilities, not just your bow in general. So just make sure to read the fine print on all of these set pieces, because once you sit there and put, like this one's legendary, put all your stuff into it, and then you look back and you're like, oh, that's what it. So just make sure to pay attention to that. Going on to the stamina recovery, my stamina recovery is 1.6. It's not as good as I like. The soft cap for a stamina build recovery needs to be about 2k. It's a little under, but I use the sacrifice because of the health bonus for the Cyrodiil's crest pieces. Now this is purely your choice. It's optional on the jewelry, whatever. I mean, it doesn't really negate the build. I would really like more stamina recovery, but for now I put a little bit of physical resistance and some health. It gives me a little smidgen of health. So my health is sitting at 25k right now, which is really good because I'm finding myself more and more in large skirmishes rather than smaller ones or ganking. So, and there's the sets, and I'm going to go over the abilities. The abilities for the bow, I like to use Venom Arrow. That's your bread and butter opener, and you're going to get that the set bonus on the marksman for this one. It does a lot of damage, and what I do whenever I fight is I'll demonstrate. You can animation cancel it just as well. I always like to go in stealth because of the passive for the what was it? I can't remember. I think it was. Can't remember. Let me find it real quick. I'm not sure. Can't remember. Right here. Master Assassin increases weapon and spell damage while invisible or stealth by 10%. The stun from the crouch ability stuns for 100% longer. So you get a little extra bump there. And I'll throw mark target on them, and I'll show you what the bow can do with just the charge shot. That's 3.9 plus the 6.1 with one shot, so that's 10, a little over, well, I'll say a little over, close to 10k. So I'm going to let him reset, and I'm going to show you the animation cancel that I was talking about with the Venom Arrow. Go into a charge shot. See, I just hit him. So you see, you can animation cancel that by simply charge shotting it and clicking it back and forth, whatever you've got your keybind set. For your mouse button in there. I got it for my number 1 on my numpad because I'm left-handed, so I sit there and I just hit it back and forth to make it shoot quickly. And so there's a little tip on the animation cancel. The second one is the Trap Beast. This one is a really good one because what it does is, as you can see, it deals 2,510 damage immediately and an additional 6.4k physical damage over 6 seconds. So it's a huge damage over time ability once you get it up to rank 4. I've just got it number 2 now, but I'm working on it. And it also gives you minor force, which is different from savagery or brutality. So keep that in mind, that you can use each one of these together instead of trying, because if you get an ability that say it gives you major savagery and another ability that gives you major savagery, they don't stack. One will just outdo the other one. So you can't stack savagery or the minor forces on different abilities, but you can have each one of them separately, if you get my drift. So it gives you the minor force, which increases your crit damage by 12%. So anything that hits that is going to increase my critical damage massively. And usually when they hit it and I'm hitting them with a bow and I pop out of stealth and I have one in my sights, I'll drop it because they usually chase me. I'll drop it right in front of me. Of course, he's not going to chase me. He's just going to be planted. But what they do is they'll chase you and they'll trap that. And when they do, you just switch over to your dual wield, teleport in, and wham. So there's that little bit of information. Going on to the third, what this does is basically mark your target, reducing their physical and spell resistance, so you can get that extra hit in. Of course, this stacks with your weapon. Like my weapons, I have reduced target spell resist and physical resist by 1.4 for 5 seconds. Also with our sharpen, increases physical and spell penetration by 2.4. So all of these are stacking together along with mark target. So it doesn't really matter how tanky they are, because I've come across a lot of DKs, a lot of tanky players, not just DKs now, but a lot of others that use like Nightblades, for example. There's some tanky Nightblades that use Swallow So and a lot of uh, hot abilities, healing over time. So this right here will cut through all of that and allow you to kind of dig in, and it's really helpful. Also, something that I could mention with the dual wield is the last one that you can work on. Once I get this, I'm going to switch from axes to maces, because the maces also penetrate for 5% more on the physical attacks. So dual maces is what I'm going to be using once I get this passive. But for right now, it's just for cosmetics. I just like the way axes look. But okay, so there's that. While this is just slotted on your bar, you get major savagery, increasing your crit rating by 2.1k, and your crits from crouch grant a minor berserk, increasing attack damage for 8% for 7 seconds. It's a really good ability. Plus, on top of all of that, it also reveals enemies. So now it has 3 different uses for the build. Really, really good. Ambush, of course, this is explanatory. Every Nightblade that's ever played this game uses this ability. It's good, but it's only good if used in the proper time and where it needs to be. Basically, what I use it for is a gap closer most of the time. But it also is really good with different combo settings, because once you use it, if say for example you're needing to escape and you're in a big group and a couple have you targeted out, you can get across the map fairly easy if you target correctly. You can shoot off far away from your target, and for example like this, I'm sitting here and I'm going on and they're starting to get the upper hand on me. I'm like, oh crap, you can go over here, boom, and just shoot, and then boom, you're gone. Stealth out and you're out of there. So it's a really good ability to have. Reset him. So there's the explanation of how to use that. That's one of the things that I use it for, among others. This one, this is your stealth, instant stealth, and it also gives you a crit strike, immediate crit strike whenever you use it. So I can hit him once, and then the next hit is going to be crit. It's pretty cool. So there's that, and then of course incapacitating strike, and make sure to pay attention to the passives. That's what's really setting this off, is because for each one of these, each one slotted, you get this one, pressure points, increased critical strike, and spell crit ratings for each assassin ability slotted. My bonus is 1.3. I've got this, and the ultimate. So that's a really good setup for what my crit needs to be. My weapon damage is 2.3 at the moment. That's I say unbuffed. The buff that I'm using right now is food, and it's just my maximum magicka, health, and stamina. So it doesn't affect my weapon damage. But weapon crit at 55. Also, what you want to do with this build, what I run a lot on the Mundus, is the Thief. I got plenty of crit. I just need I need higher crit chance, and this right here, it would be better than say Shadow or Serpent or something of that nature with this particular run. So there's the dual wield setup, and the passives that you really are going to need. Let's see, is the ones shown here. Pick up all the passives for the dual wield, and you don't really need to get any of this other junk, except for Bloodthirst. Bloodthirst is your go-to for the heal, and I'll show you why. One of the things that I picked up, if I can find it, is right here. Precise strikes increase damage and healing dealt by weapon criticals by 13.6%. So my light and heavy attacks, my crits, is going to heal me. Also, the first ability, Bloodthirst, is also going to heal me. So to give you that little extra to get hot up. Okay, going on to the bow. Again, what you need to do as far as the combos go, Venom Arrows is really good. You can animation cancel this with charged and heavy attacks. Trap Beast, it's going to give you that extra crit damage if triggered. It gives you minor force, and it's going to do a lot of damage to your target. And I'll show you what it can do if I can get one here. So increases it pretty heavy. It's a good ability to have. It's a good CC, and it's a really good damage over time. Mark target. I switched this out for rapid strikes just internally. Like show you. I use charging maneuver. Helps me to get out of the battle if things get too hot. I've got enough speed where I can outrun most players, unless it's another Nightblade. But I usually go for mark target when I'm in combat, because this is going to give that extra fracture and breach, reducing their physical and spell resistance, which is going to stack with your passives and allow you to kind of dig in instead of just doing these little 1k hits. It's going to give you the 6k, the big ones you're looking for. So this is another really good one. I use that as an opener. I usually try to go, because immediately when you put mark target on somebody, keep in mind when they see that flare go up over their head, that red flare, they know, they start buffing immediately. So don't use this, and I'll show you in a minute the combo. Don't use this as an opener, because what it does is just cause them to panic and buff. But I'll show you in a minute. Grim Focus is another one that's really good. I use it as a buff along with the Camouflaged Hunter. Together you can use these together. I use that as an opener for my buffs. I switch back over to bow, and so I've got all of that going in one shot, plus the marksman ability with the animation cancel for the Venom Arrow. And I'll show that combo in just a second. Vigor is a good healing ability that kind of closes the gap for your squishiness of being a Nightblade and being almost, if not a glass cannon. Also Barrier. I picked up Barrier, and I'm going to have it morphed. When I get it morphed, I'm not sure exactly which one I'm going to take, but most likely I'll try to go for the one that benefits myself instead of a group, because I do a lot of ganking instead of running with large groups or zergs. So there's that. You can substitute this out. Sometimes I do for either Shadowy Disguise or Concealed Weapon for that little extra speed. Aspect of Terror is a really good one. So really, you can, if you think you can stand it, you can replace this. It's not a have to, but it's a preference. So there's that. And I'm going to go show you some of the combos with this setup. Most of the time, if I'm ganking, what I like to do is I like to buff up, and I like to throw one heavy attack with an animation cancel Venom, and then hit them. Hit the wrong one. Kind of messed up on that one, but you kind of get the drift of the combo. And there's a straight up weapon combo, and just go in with dual weapons. You go in stealth, charged. I missed. There's lagging or something. Stealth, charged shot. Now this, you can see what see I'm going full health, I'm going down, and I basically can sit there and just spam this and stay alive and use no other healing abilities. When you find yourself in a really good fight, you can hit vigor one time. You got to be careful about when you use it though, because you can mess up the rotation really bad, and you could die fast because you'll be out of stamina, and the only thing you can do is basically switch over and stealth out. So there's the opener attack that I usually do most of the time. Another one, like if I'm fighting and it's one of those skirmishes where you're in a group and then you're going against another large group and it's back and forth, the trap beast comes in, and that's what's going to give you that extra hit. And I'll show you. And let him pop it. Alright, boom. Boom. Some big numbers there. So there's my build, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll try to make another one for a champion build once I get everything set up on this character. I'm going to make a Magicka Nightblade build later on. So thanks.
She is a bad kitty. Bad kitty. Bad kitty. Bad kitty. Bad kitty.
It ain't over easy. Oh.
Bad kitty.
Yeah.